Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the last episode of 20-Minute Monsters by me, Torn Atkinson. The Zorbo is a monster from the Dungeons & Dragons Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Monster Manual II from 1983. It is a small creature, 3 feet tall. This carnivorous beast likes human and demi-human flesh. A Zorbo has poor armor class and attack damage when first encountered, but it can absorb the natural armor class of its surroundings in 1 round. Earth, wood, metal, and stone. This new armor class lasts 10 rounds and gives the Zorbo a damage bonus. When a Zorbo hits an opponent, it can absorb the armor class and defensive bonuses of 1 random protective item, turning that item to dust. If this would make the Zorbos blah 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 blah. For example, if a Zorbo is attacked in a cave and on the first round absorbs the armor class of stone, this gives it armor class 0 and damage bonus of armor class 10. The next round, it hits and absorbs its opponent's shield plus 2. This gives it a new armor class of -2 and a damage bonus of 12. Wow. Anyway. The third round, it hits the opponent's plate mail, which turns to dust, but does not change the Zorbo's armor class or damage. Okay, well, that's interesting. So this is the Zorbo. That's what we need. Have you ever? As apparently this creature comes from Tomb of Annihilation. I don't know when Tomb of Annihilation came out. If it came out after, I think it came out after the Monster Manual II. But this is not going to be a regular, normal. As weird as the Zorbo is, we're going to get weirder. Because we're going to make it infective with the Zygom. Also a creature from the Z entries in the Monster Manual II. Zygoms are small individual fungal growths which consist of a short, thin stem with an ovoid cap. 1 or 2 dozen such growths are joined by a rhizome structure to form a singular communal creature, a Zygom. Although able to exist in Earth, Zygoms prefer to infest in living flesh and nourish themselves on the host's blood and tissue. This infestation controls the host creature by brain and nerve connections. It leads to death in 1 to 8 weeks, depending on the size and constitution of the host creature. The Zygom remains until the whole of the dead body is consumed and then moves on. As host creatures are controlled, they move, attack, and defend according to the dictates of the possessing Zygoms. Infestation is typically on head, neck, and back spinal areas. Typical host creatures are ants, rats, osquips, which we saw in the previous 20-minute monster drawing, and occasionally small humanoids. Whenever a colony of Zygoms comes into rough contact with any creature, there is a 1 in 6 chance that the pale blue milk of a broken cap will stick fast to the creature. This milk is extremely sticky and has the power to glue materials together for 2 to 5 days. Wow. Spores, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Cure disease, blah 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 blah. It will stick to weapons, blah blah. There's not going to be any weapons. It's all going to be magic. It's all going to be zapping. So, immune to magic that affects the mind. Yeah, it's just going to be zapping. So that's great. That's all great. Okay, so we have that information that we need. Who am I? I am Torn Atkinson. I have been illustrating for Dungeons & Dragons since 1997, I want to say, which was the last days of TSR before they were purchased by Wizards of the Coast, who was later purchased by Hasbro, who own My Little Pony and Transformers. I am selling my original D&D art, pencil and ink on paper. I do also have some paintings on my website, tornatkinson.com, so feel free to go and check that out. Find me on the social media, Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff, so we can get rid of that. We're done that. Let me save this file since we made so many changes. And what are we drawing today? We decided we are drawing Zomp Zendik zapping a zany Zaftig Zygom zombie Zorbo on a Zook, which is a lot of Z words. And what, for those just joining us, a Zendik is a wizard. A Zomp Zendik is, I forgot what Zomp is. I forgot. Somebody tell me what Zomp is in the Zaftig is plump, so we're gonna make him plump. We're gonna remember to make the Zaftig plump. And a zook is a stump, so which means it's going to be absorbing the wood. It's going to be a wood-like. Oh, this is quite an interesting drawing challenge, I must say. What's going on in the chat? By the way, on a side note, this is Katif, if you get a chance, Cultist Armory did a great version of the D Necronomicon with art you might enjoy. Oh, interesting. I have to look up Zomp because I forgot what Zomp means. Meaning of Zomp. Oh, it's the green. It's the green. It's the green that we're using. This green right here. Thank you. Okay, so with that in mind, shall we begin? Let me get my references. We know we're gonna have. This is the original drawing. We'll keep that. Oh, maybe I should have done the other way around. Okay. Some classic. Here's our. We'll keep him on this side. Which way do we want Presto on the left and the Zorbo on the right? Let me check out my Presto reference. Maybe we'll put Presto on the right since I've already got him. Also, I want to take a look at my previous Presto drawing to make sure I'm not duplicating the pose too much. Because I drew him for a W. Oh, he was in the wizard. Here he is. This is the Wither Stench from the Fiend Folio, because I've already gone through the Fiend Folio. Okay, so he's holding his nose. He's not doing anything magic in that one. But that was the Wither Stench from the Fiend Folio. Okay, so good. So we will draw him. This is not, I'm not starting the drawing yet, but just so everyone knows what's happening. He'll be over here, pulling magic out of his hat. Maybe like, and then the magic will be coming over here and zapping the Zorbo. But it's going to be a plump Zorbo. Do we want to do anything fun perspective-wise? Because I could put the Zorbo in the front, closer to camera, and then Presto back here, and then, yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then the stump will be here. Okay, that'll give us some depth. All right, so that's helpful. Okay. Zompzendig zapping a zany Zaftig Zygom zombie. He's not really that zany. Anyway, it's good to know that we have that. All right, so we have our Zorbo. We have our Zygom, which is just going to be, he's just going to have some things coming out of his back. I mean, they're just like little penises, right? That's all they are. He's just going to have neck penises. So that'll be over here. I'm not sure why. I don't really need that. I don't need that as a reference. I can remember what that looks like. And then the other things we're going to look at. So that was the first edition. Here's the second edition Zorbo, which looks exactly like a koala, except it's got two little tusks down here. So that's fun. I feel like I guess we'll keep that reference. That's second edition. Those are my. I think that I don't know what this is from. I found it. I don't know who the artist is, but that's pretty cool. Should I keep that one? Maybe I will. Apparently they were, when I was looking on the website, they are native to Chult. I'm not sure what D&D, does anyone know what D&D setting Chult is? If you know, and you're watching this, put it in the comments. Okay. That is a mini. Here is 5th edition. There was no Zorbos in 3rd or 4th edition as far as I know. Here is a Zorbo. They've changed a little bit. I also don't know who the artist is for this one either, but it's got a little bit of a difference. It looks a little more monstrous than your regular Zorbo. So that's your regular koala. And then this I found, this is quite cool. I guess this is someone's art station or something. His name is Richard Witters. He was doing some Zorbo studies. Very cool indeed. So that's, I like he's put these little spots on his paws. He's got some elongated arms in some of them. So that's pretty cool. There's a skull over there. That's nice. Thank you, Richard, for your service. And then I guess that's all we need. Where are my, here's my angry koala. Which is pretty great. I feel like I don't have enough koala reference. but let's keep that handy as well. Okay. And here's, oh yeah, look at that fantastic face. So I guess we will give him some tusks or some fangs or something to show he's carnivorous. He's going to be woody because he's absorbing the wood from the stump that he's on. And then I think we got all of our references lined up. What's happening here? Why can't I do that? There we go. There we go. All right, the Zorbo. The Zorbo. All right, let's begin. It's taking way too long. This is my thing. 10:34. So we want to be done by 10:54. 10:54 to get the full 20 minutes and the 20-minute monsters. Chult is Africa. Well, okay. Is Chult in the Forgotten Realms, I guess, is the question? Or is Chult in Greyhawk? Or is it in, like, its own setting? Like, I know, what am I thinking? Like, Mystara? That's the setting that I don't know anything about? It's not a Dark Sun. Because I know Dark Sun probably better than most. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Is this the brush I want to have? Sure, that's fine. All right, so this is put the Chult, the Chult. We'll put the Zaftig Zorbo over here. This is a head. We got to make sure we see the Sprout's arms. Give it claws. Oh, we got to make room for the stump. This is not. I feel like this is not. There we go. More adventurous music. All right. I want a bigger stump. I want him close to the foreground. We need room. Never crowd your drawings, everyone, remember? This is the stump. So it'll be made of wood. We'll have some mushrooms coming out of here. This is our general. I don't know. He's gonna have the. I feel like he should have. I want him to be facing a little bit. His face. Just remembering that. What's going on with my eraser here? My eraser. Oh, this is the miniature, but we don't care about that. Yeah, I want a slightly different angle on my koala face. Koala face. I want it to be. I don't want him facing us directly. I want him facing more towards. That one's not bad. I think we can work with that one. He looks sleepy, but we can fix that. Okay. Put that there for now. 3/4. Perfect. And then we want room for the zap. Zap. And the zap is coming out of. Here's the general shape. His hand will be coming up. The zap's not coming out of his hand. It's coming out of his hat, which he is holding. Normally holds like that. So something like that. We can have his foot hiding behind the stump, so we don't have to draw it. With the other foot, we will have to draw. Okay, something like that. Right? Does that make sense? The zap is in the Zorbo. Zorbo. Yeah, so he'll be facing. Maybe we'll put some on his head too. Okay. That's the general. Let's give myself a little more room. Because we're going to need room for the words at the end as well. All right. So, pretty good, pretty good. All right, what should we do? Let's draw the Zorbo first. Feel like we don't really need that anymore. I don't know. We'll keep it. Let's start with our good old Zorbo face. We've done, as we always say, we only got 20 minutes, so we don't want to get too caught up in the details. But let me switch to my. Where's the light source coming from? I guess the light source will be coming from here, more or less. So we can put some. Let's make his mouth a little bit bigger. And we'll give him those. I like the idea of the tusks from the bottom. So let's give him some. Give him more fangs over here. Yeah, he's got those little tiny eyes. It occurs to me I've never once in my life drawn a koala. Let's give him a little and those ears. The defining, one of the defining qualities of the. So yes, this is the last 20-minute monster because I've gone through all the books that I said I was going to do. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, he's also made of wood. Damn it. Okay. All right. So less fur and more wood. This is interesting. This is an interesting challenge. And my eraser keeps not working, which is annoying. Let me save my work. Maybe that'll help. Maybe some kind of process in the back is. I really need to switch over to Procreate or one of the other. So now he's. How do you draw a wooden koala? I should have researched that too. Oh my god, this is difficult. Okay. And then he's gonna have. Right? This is wood. This is so we can make him a little more. God, this is hard. Why did I do this to myself? Give him some knots. Right? Okay, and then some classic Star Trek animated music. I'm not sure it's really reading as wood. How about that? And then okay, we're gonna get some Zygoms. Do they have thin stalks or thicks? It's a good thing I kept my. Right? I kept it, didn't I? Where are you? Zygom. Thick. Thick penises. Okay. Smaller ones. Smaller ones. A couple in the back. That's the Zygom. I'm going to give us some texture here. Maybe a long one. Nope. That looks weird. Right? I might have to give some on his back too. Okay. I feel like we're done with his face. Where's my other koala? Look at those claws. Claws on that guy's pretty great. General koala anatomy. Look at that guy. Great stuff. All right, so we feel like let me flop him. I feel like I'm spending too much time. Spending too much time. Oh, I love that hand though. I could pretty much just copy that. Don't have to do too much. And he's gonna be plump, so he's gonna be. He's made of wood. This is quite difficult, I must say. He's a plump guy. All right. Right? I have some more Zygoms coming out of the back here. Actually, this is a really good pose I chose. It's a good pose I chose. Make those claws nice and scary. I need my reference over where my hand is not blocking. How are we doing for time? 10:44. What time do we start? 10:31? I didn't write it down. All right, something like that. All right, okay. That's kind of... I guess where is the... I guess the blast will be hitting right here. Zap. This is the zap. This is where it's hitting. Make it a little more electricity-like. I feel like I might need more room. I might have to move him over. Okay, but anyway. He's plump. He's plump. I don't have any reference for my feet, but I feel like I can work it out. And the stump. How do I want to do the stump? Some roots back here. Do 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 do. Some, and then the other leg will be something like that, I guess. Could have it coming off the, like off the edge of the. What was the Z word that meant stump? It's in the chat, but I can't read. I can't read. I don't have time to read. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Here's our stump. Do 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 do. Right? Stump. All right. That does it look like a stump? I feel like it kind of looks like a stump. All right. Let's move him. All right. Let's get rid of that. We'll move him over slightly. Give more room for. Bop. We can move presto. Nope. X. I'm gonna X all that. I'm gonna give presto a little bit more room. God damn it. No longer is this foot gonna be covered up by the stump. Which is sad. Should I make him bigger? I feel like that's fine. So now we have our monster. Let us now do our presto. Do I want to do presto on another layer? I think I will, just in case I want to move them around. We'll make this a purple. And where's our presto reference material? Presto! That's what he says. Alakazam, Zorbo. No, that doesn't work. Okay. All right. He's gonna be. Is he a confident? I feel like he's not a confident. He's not a confident wizard today. All right. I just need more room. See, he's basically doing what we see him doing here, except he's gonna have his hat more up front. Okay. Holding his hat here. There's his hat, which we also must. All right, there's his fingies, his hand. Dun dun. His shoulder is here. That seems about right. Feels like something. Right, there's his chin. Let's do his rough face here. I feel like that's pretty much some hair. Let's draw these eyes. His glasses, little glasses here. Remember the episode where he lost his glasses and he was afraid? By the way, if you like Dungeons & Dragons, check out my channel. Because, Dungeons & Dragons cartoon, I mean. Because I review. My day job is storyboard artist, so I'm in the animation industry. I feel like this is a bit off model. But we don't have time to. His ears are quite big, aren't they? And he's got a kind of a mullet. He's got the 80s. He's got the 80s hair. But yeah, check out my channel. I've done several storyboard artist reacts to the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. All right, so this will be his neck thing here. This is where the thing's coming out. Let's just draw that now. Let's just draw that right now. How are we doing for time? Oh shit. Zap. There's the zapping. Right, so now we know. I feel like that's... Oh, yeah, he's got the... Yeah, that's interesting. The two references are a bit different, but that's okay. Alright, so this is his other... Alakazam, Alakazoodle. Strike the Zorbo right on his noodle. Well, you missed. Maybe we draw... God damn you. Eraser from hell. We draw the sleeve coming up like that. That looks a little bit weird. But we're gonna roll with it. And then chest, belt line will be here, I guess. And we can put his little... Dun, 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 dun. Let me check. I don't need that one anymore. Yeah, he does have a belt. And he's got a belt with a little... maybe we have to cheat it because I kind of put the hat in the way. Yes, here's fine. Put that there. Feel like his legs are not long enough. That's okay. We'll do that. Right? It does have kind of like a... So, over here, something like that. You can just have his other leg be, yeah, it did end up being hidden behind the stump, which is great. And that's fine. Getting too much. His hat is not reading, which is a bit of a problem. But you definitely can see where the light source is coming from. I guess that we're not going to have a background. We're almost at time. Almost at time. 2 more minutes. Is there anything I need to do? Presto! I feel like that's not too bad. It could have been worse. Draw the Zorbo. Okay, so let me get rid of. Okay, here's. Oh, get rid of all that. Perfect. Okay, it's coming together. Can get these. Let's group them. Let's put them in a little group. Doink, doink, and then I can just scale the entire group. I feel like I could put a little more distance between the two of them, but that's going to take up too much time. So now, let's get our actual, what was it? Actual Zomp color. And we'll do another layer here. We'll get my favorite coloring brush, which is this one. That's 2. It's really a color. It's not subtle, is it? That's okay. We'll put in some white as well. So this can all be... Underpants are on the move. Underpants are loose. Alright, and here's our stump. We can put suggest some ground here. Underpants. And this is our Zorbo. Now that I'm looking at it, I do like it. I think it turned out okay. Underpants. Right? Am I wrong? It's a what was the fat word? What was the word? Zantig? All right, let's do our white. And that's gonna be just. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, let's use a different brush. Although, actually, before we change that brush for the effects, we can do some highlights. Make these things stand out a little bit better. We can do just the general. Spider-Man! And this is all being white. That's pretty okay. How about we are at time? We are 1 minute over, and that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Not too bad. I must say. What brush do I want for the effects? Maybe this one. Let me try this. This will just give us some splash, some texture, which is always nice to have. And then lastly, maybe this is it. Ta-da. Right? Okay, I think we did it. I think we're done. Thanks everyone for joining this final. Okay, well, I'll talk about that in a second. Is there any little cleanup I would need to do? I feel like it's okay. Let me just a little bit here. Maybe right here. I'm using the wrong brush, but that's okay. It's got, yeah, it kind of looks woodish. Let me put some here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So this is, let me save my work. I love his ears. Thank you. What are we talking about? I'm in the chat. Cryptid urban legend from Australia is the drop bear. Yes, K-Tiff. It's Forgotten Realms. Thank you, K-Tiff. It's where Dendar the Night Serpent lives. Never heard of him. The last 20-minute monsters say it ain't so. Whatever will we do to get our weekly torn fix? Asks Charles Quiet. I'll tell you in a second. There are monster compendiums, Karatur, Ravenloft, Spelljammer. Yes, indeed. I was thinking about doing Dark Sun, because I have one of the Dark Sun Monsters compendiums. If I can get the second one, like a physical copy, maybe I'll do that. But before I do that, okay, so we'll talk about this while I'm finishing the. What color do I want for that? Do I want it? 20? No, I'm not going to use this brush. That's crazy talk for the. This one. This is the one. Okay. Yes. Perfect. All right. This is. Let's move everything right down to the bottom. This is. What did we say it was? I'm not going to put the zounds in. It's too many. Not enough room for all this stuff. Okay. Zomp, Zendik. God, I can't. Zomp, no, this may not have been the right choice. It's not that zany. Zomp, Zendik, Zapping, a Zaftig. What was Zaftig? Oh, Plump. Zaftig. God. Zygom, Zorbo, Zombie, on Zook. I was like, what is it? What kind of a stump is a Zook? I guess we It's too late now. Let me add the background to that. Makes it more readable. Should we try that one? Should we try this one? Yeah, that's fine. Or should we try something a little different? No, that makes it hard to read. Purple? Sure, purple. Why not? Who cares? I said I was going to talk about what was happening with my thing, but okay, so we don't need this anymore. I'm going to put my signature. I'm going to make another layer. Let's take that purple. Where are you, purple? There you are. Sure, 20-minute monster by me, Torin, 2025. Okay, so what I wanted to do, hey, welcome Six Intruder. So what I wanted to do, what I'm thinking about doing, is doing Magic the Gathering monsters for my 20-minute monsters. Monsters from Magic the Gathering. And the idea is I can turn them into token cards that perhaps I can actually print and sell for people. Because apparently that's a thing. I didn't know this was a thing. But one of my local Magic the Gathering friends says they actually do buy artist-made Magic the Gathering tokens. So what would some Magic the Gathering tokens be? Magic Gathering token creatures. Images. Let's look at some images. So here's some. Let me see if I can open this. Can I just open this as a window? Okay, here's Amazon for some reason. God, that's low. That's low resolution. That's terrible. But just looking at the, there's merfolk, there's birds, there's wolves, there's plants, there's centaurs, and zombies, of course. God, this is a terrible choice for pictures. Soldiers, angels, beasts. There's green beasts is one of the classic ones. Elementals, tree folk. There's cats. Different kinds of cats. Yeah, and warriors, zombies, as I said, orcs, goblins, all the traditions. Also, there's like otters. So I can draw an otter. I can finally draw an otter. My lifelong dream. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Insects, which is always fun. So I'm gonna look into that. But until then, I actually do have a commission going, so I might do another stream later today. I have for Old School Essentials, excuse me, some monsters. So yeah, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed the Zygom Zorbo, and I will see you next time on the internet. Like and subscribe. Have a great Sunday wherever you are. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.